How's it going, ladies and Bruce? Up, Bobby Sixkilla, and welcome back once again to the Vigilant Villa. Now we're back again because the developers have updated the game with a whole new chapter that you can only access after you've completed the game, which we technically have. It just means completed with one run through, which is all we've done. I do want to check that out because we can access it immediately. Like I said, I'm not going to do the other runs unless people specifically want me to, because I'm not too sure how to even. But this we can do. So let's jump in. It might give us a little bit more background on some of the characters, perhaps. That would be nice. The memory is locked in some corner. They are waiting for the key to open it. Ooh, nice little animation there. So they just added this in the game a week ago, I think? A moment one day when I thought everything was over. Maybe it wasn't. With only one piece, the memory will well up again. Everything in the past becomes extremely clear. The missing piece could be a person, an item, or even a melody. No matter where I am, I'll be pulled back into that memory at once when that melody rings. Ah, completion is the only end. The smell of decay mixes with wet hair and then enters the brain through olfactory nerves. I open my eyes and look around. This is a basement. I try to stretch. My limbs are so sore that I can barely control my body. I sit up after quite a while. I start breathing heavily. Maybe it's because of my terrible physical conditions. Maybe the current situation unconsciously makes me fear. Calm down. I must stay calm. I need to get familiar with this place. My mobile phone seems to be under the bed. This is where we get locked up by Emily at the end. I didn't think my phone would still be here. There's no signal, I can't dial. No new messages and I can't send any. But I can still use it to make a sound recording. Sound recording, maybe it'll be useful. Yeah, maybe. What is this? Mirror? Damn it, I'm so weak. I can only move with a small range. Luckily, I still have a clear mind. Oh, you got a pretty serious head wound there, dude. This, bucket, this. There are several ampules in the drawer. Their appearance looked the same, but... An ampule is put aside, alone on the rightmost. Let it be for now. Being put aside alone means it's somewhat different from the other ampules, exactly. But I can't tell if the difference is good for me, and I'll leave it alone for now. Good plan. Complete. The sound of high heels is approaching, and finally, it disappears at the door. The iron door was pushed open, making a harsh sound. After a while, a person walks in. Woke up? She looks down at me. Her face is a bit strange, but I can't tell which part of it has changed. She pulls out the drawer. Her fingers slide through the lines of ampules and then stops at the rightmost one. Don't be afraid, it's just nutritional supplements. She reaches out her hand and puts her cold fingers on my face. She lowers her voice and says, "You know I won't hurt you. The truth or not, I can't resist her now." The cold liquid is injected inside my body. She frowns like she's really worried about me. "Why are you doing this?" "Taking care of you. We're friends. I should do it for you." "About other people's death?" "Stop pretending. Why did you kill?" What do they have to do with me?" "You've made me recall everything, Emily. Don't you think it's too late to deny it now?" After pushing all the liquid inside me, she kills her lips, but she's still patient. "What nonsense are you talking now? I know too many things have happened these days, and you couldn't accept them. You must have illusions because you're too nervous. You talked to yourself back in the maze, remember? It was not the first time you did that. You always do that. I'm really worried about your mental state, Ingram." She's very cunning. Even though I've lost the strength to resist, she still doesn't let her guard down. About relationship with her? Now that I think of it, I've only known them for a few days. But that's not true, is it? I'm more interested in how you deal with me. They were like experiments or whatever together. I'll let you leave when you recover. She smiles meaningfully. I can't tell if she's telling the truth. Oh, I see, I can relax now. We haven't seen each other for a long time. We didn't even have a good chat. For you, indeed. For me, it's not. I always keep my eyes on you. And I brought and read all your books. What do you think of my books? Her expression becomes softer. She starts thinking. Your books are great, of course. But unfortunately, your words are restrained, and a lack of new ideas. They're just like you. You want to find the truth, but you aren't willing to make some sacrifices for it. Her eyes dim. She lowers her body, a smell of medicine. She reaches out her hand to my pocket and takes my mobile phone. The mobile phone is still recording. She looks into my eyes all the time and her smile becomes bigger. You may get the answer you want if you pretend to care about me more. Her smile is gone after she presses the stop button. She straightens up, turns around and strides out the door. Then she pulls a chair and sits on it. She browses the mobile phone casually. I found the messages I'd sent you. She turns the screen to me. It's a reminder from my doctor. Have you taken the medicine I prescribed you on time? What? Don't worry, the medicine is normal, but I added something else in it. She doesn't say more. Instead, she takes out an hourglass from a box. Let's play a little game. The hourglass ends every 3 minutes. 2 times we'll be around. During that time, I'll ask you questions. If you lose, there will be punishment. If you win, there are rewards as well. Let's start. She puts the hourglass on the table upside down. Time begins to pass as the sand slides down. She looks into my eyes. Her eyes are very tranquil, like stagnant water. From now on, you must listen to me. Let's do a little warm-up. Tell me how I gathered them here. Uh-oh. I gotta remember everything that happened. You would need some preparations to find out the relations among them. Liam used to be a care worker, and then he resigned due to health problems. Not long after that, he set up a detective agency that happens to be called Rainbow Bridge. I guess he must have your help? Later he approached and learned your praise as a private investigator? Not sure about that one. You only needed a few key baits to lure them into your trap. No guests in the rainy season, and the high salary attracted Amy first. As long as you have Amy, Claire and John will jump into your trap one by one. After all, they want to kill each other. Amy drags her luggage and goes into the villa for the first time. She looks around curiously. This house is so big. It's mine at this period. Whitey didn't run to the mountain by accident. You lured it there. That way you could have an excuse to take George there. Jackie was following George based on Liam's information. You knew exactly how he'd act. You were sure that Jackie would follow George this time. The sky is gloomy. Jackie looks into the mountain, looking anxious. Why haven't they come out? Jackie looks into the dark forest with his arms akimbo. Finally, he makes up his mind. He goes into the forest without turning back once. Sorry, my throat's a bit funny at the moment, but hopefully it sounds alright still. Go on. Leo said he went there to avoid debt collectors. I guess someone tricked him here. Liam informed his client, Nan, right after he got here. He needed money, so Liam asked for his client's help and told him to come here. Then he believed it. In the dark, Leo impatiently squats on the road and draws randomly on the ground with a blade of dog-tail grass. Why haven't they come? So slow. Leo. The voice sounds familiar. He shivers and lifts his head. Not far away, the window of a black car is open. A man is cursing him with half his body leaning out the window. Mr. Nan. Damn, what the hell? He gets up so fast he's tripped and falls on the ground. His face twists because of the pain. But he dares not stop. A man can't outrun a car after all. He runs so fast that his lung is about to explode, but people are still approaching. He has no choice but to go into the forest while they're turning the car. He was running away from a car? Yeah. When he said he was running away from debt collectors, I didn't mean they were right here, chasing him down in a car. I'm the last. I wanted to find a place as my riding retreat. Then I received the villa's information. When you confirmed that I'd go to Tulip Villa, you let Liam send my information to his client, Isaac. Isaac became the delivery driver smoothly. Isaac's goal was to kill me. In the heavy rain, Isaac parks the car in a secluded place. After he shuts the door, he steps back to make sure the car won't be seen. Later, he squats beside a latent pit and covers it with some tree branches. He completes it so intently that he doesn't even notice the rain has soaked him. Finally, he looks at Tulip Villa, which is the only place that has lights. Let's end it today. You brought him into the game to kill me. He planned to kill you at the start. If he couldn't kill you, he'd remove a potential... I'd help you remove a potential threat. You must know why you wanted to kill me. Tell me. You must reveal it yourself. Only that you feel uneasy and guilty. Time's up. All the sand has fallen. My vision becomes clear again, but I still feel dizzy. I seem to have forgotten someone. Is that all the members? Not bad. She turns the hourglass back before I can get some rest. Tell me, how did I convict them? So she's not denying that what she's done now, huh? The dinner has been laid on the long dining table. All the players are ready. The song rings at midnight. What music does to people's mentality is always surprising. What music does. First night. So this is like a recap episode. It was like a last time on Dragon Ball Z episode. Jackie is never patient. He repeatedly brings up the old days. George's face darkens. He goes back into his room and keeps holding his mobile phone in a trance. Take the wet clothes off. We have night robes here. Oh, okay. George gives her a full smile and changes his clothes. After seeing Emily is asleep, he goes out. Gurgle. He goes straight into the bathroom. After he comes back, he's cleaning up the blood. The gurgle stops. George goes to the table and drinks up a glass of water. There are tranquilizers in the water. His breaths become even soon after he goes to bed. The fruit knife doesn't have a fuller, so he made the scene messy. She values the first scene very much, so she cleans it very carefully. Face the trail, sinful soul. Pay the price for your evilness and greed. Her eyes are closed. Looks like she's still savoring her work. Guess how I dealt with that bloody robe. He threw it into the ocean during his morning exercise. That's right. Things might be easier for him if John didn't show up. The view suddenly turns into the night. Second night. Black ocean, roaring waves and dancing flame. Not just John could see such a view. I can see it from my room as well. I see the entire process of John murdering Amy. The fire on the edge of the cliff is about to die. Two dark figures are struggling together to the destruction. What a pity that he killed the wrong person. Guess how I got it done this time? Claire's testimony made me rule out your possibility of committing the crime. You should have the time, unless the time was wrong. That's right, I changed the time. She needed a witness to testify the time. You can sleep here if you don't mind. Just sleep on it, I'll be alright tomorrow. She walks out after the medicine kicks in. Claire falls asleep. You set up the climbing project. You're the only person who knows it best. The trick is the same as before. Use the climbing rope to get down to the first floor, and then go to the cliff. I see you fixing the rope and descending fast. Liam is already there when she finds Amy. He helps her put Amy into a suitcase. His movement is a bit boorish, and she's upset about it. In the surveillance room, she cleans the traces on Amy, and then puts the candy that attracted her once in it. He came back to the villa after Liam took the suitcase back to the villa. I see her putting the time back to 1 AM. The flashlight flashes before Claire, and Claire begins to frown. 5 minutes later, Claire suddenly wakes up. The suitcase was put right under the stairs. It's hard to notice even when you walk on it. You can only see it by walking right past it. So you put it there where everyone was looking for Amy. She stands and stares at the suitcase in the shadow. Amy, I won't forgive the mistakes you made, but I still pity your death. Go on. Fourth night. The music's psychological cue took its effect on the third night. Everyone's brain received the sleep signal when they heard the song. You refused to take your medicine. I thought you knew. But you overestimated your physical condition. The view goes back to the scene that night. What's wrong with you, Folmes? Go and get his medicine. Give me the key to his room. Everyone is in deep sleep. I see Emily walking to John's room on the second floor with tools. Emily finds a fishing string that's tied at the door. What an obvious but lovely trap. Then she switches it with another trap. John Zhang, you cunning liar. What you are after is right in front of you, but you'll never have it. She opens her eyes after quite a while. John was right at the start. There's a secret passage in this villa. Let's check it out. My head hurts, I can't concentrate. The design of the secret chambers is simple. A person must die in each room. The passage to the next secret chamber will trap everyone in there to death. The death of George, Claire, and Leo is no surprise. I thought someone might change and win this game. What's wrong? Is your head hurting again? Fatigue. It's like my brain can't withstand some kind of pain anymore. And Liam Zhang? Good, you've got the point. He was a care worker in the hospital where you once lived. You picked him not just for his identity, but the fact that he didn't have much time left to live. A perfect scapegoat. Why did you kill him? Why would I? I'm not stupid enough to leave my traces to others. He committed suicide. Why? He needs money. He had a close fiancée before he was diagnosed with his disease. This place feels familiar, right? Warm sunshine spills on her hair. She lifts her head and squints. A faint smile appears on her face. But in fact, you've never been here. I told you what this place was like. That's why you have a blurry memory about it. You were your parents' treasure. They agreed to accept George's investment because of you. Everyone hoped you could live long, even if that meant they had to sacrifice others. Now that I think of it, it's laughable that people on opposite sides like us would have friendship. The grass is as soft as velvet. She lies on there with her eyes closed. She seems relaxed. Leo liked bullying others when he was little, and he hasn't changed at all. Claire is as cold-blooded as always. When she noticed something was wrong, she tricked me into taking over her place. In the end, it changed my destiny. And now she threw her own little sister under the bus. Amy still values the material conditions. She could betray us for a piece of candy when we were about to escape from the lab. Everyone seems to stay the same. You're very hateful too. You've lived with no guilt just because you've lost your memories. I don't know what to answer. In a way, I'm the origin of all this. As for Isaac, why does my heart feel pain inexplicably? Did I forget someone? She suddenly opens her eyes and looks around. Then she frowns and grasps me. Time's up. The view of the surroundings comes back to normal. I breathe the wet air deeply. Is this over? Emily measures me with her eyes and then gets up from her chair. I really want to keep playing with you, but we don't have the time. I've got other things to take care of. If you have other questions, you have to work them out on your own. The game maker is not obliged to tell you all the answers. She smiles and turns around to take a white barrel into the room. I almost forgot. Your reward is an hour. This place will be engulfed in flames in an hour. Are you mad? She puts down the white barrel and walks towards me. The first step in the establishment of mentality and relationship. Second, strength and focus. Third, snap. She comes up to me and snaps her fingers. Last, deepen. All the fatigue and dizziness seems to have found an exit. My eyelids get heavier and heavier. We should have swapped the drugs, right? Hypnosis? You wake up in an hour, but not be able to move. Oh, so we have to burn to death? That ampule is not some nutritional supplement. You'll be stuck in confusion and never recall the truth. Unless... God damn it. Alright, we have to go back and fix it with the ampule. Alright, we're going to switch these ampules. I skipped ahead to the ampule thing. We're going to switch them and see if that makes any difference. And I'll bring you back after we're done talking to see if anything changes. Driven by some kind of instinct, I switch its position with another ampule. Oh, we haven't done these two choices as well. Let's go with, about letting me leave here. Let me go. You can leave now. She leans to the side and makes her way to the door. What, don't you want to go? The villa is yours. You know all the secret chambers and mechanisms. You even specially made some devices for this game. Even if I leave the basement, I may not be able to leave this villa. You killed those people in the secret chamber, didn't you? No, Liam Zong owns the villa. The fact won't change, even if you look into it. As for the death of the others, you should know the truth better than I do. She's very cunning. Even though I've lost the strength to resist, she still doesn't let her guard down. About motives? George, Jackie, and John were perpetrators. Leo bullied you. Claire made you a lab rat, and Amy sabotaged our escape plan. After the experiment, our brains can't understand emotions, and we have different conditions. Claire was cold-blooded. Amy had histrionic personality disorder. Leo had mania. Liam had schizophrenia, and you have paranoia. Don't you want me to enjoy your works? Come on. There's a joy in her eyes. Well said. What about you? You were mistaken as a lab rat before. Your Sixkilla is a delusional disorder. In that case, all your speculations can't be trusted. She lowers her body, a smell of medicine. She reaches out her hand to my pocket and takes my mobile phone. Okay, we're doing the same thing again now. I'll bring you back when it changes. You'll wake up in an hour, but not be able to move. I switched the ampule, come on. That ampule is not some nutritional supplement. This is what it said last time. You'll be stuck in confusion and never recall the truth unless... Yes! Wait! Alright, well I've tried like all the different options that I can think of to try and get further. Maybe that's just as far as you can get. You can get it so that he moves his hand to suggest that he's not completely passed out and that he'll be fine because we switched the ampules, but it still comes back to the title screen at the end, so maybe that's it? I don't know. Well, we'll leave it here anyway because I don't know how to get any more out of it. So that will be it for Vigilant Villa. I'll definitely be playing some more routes on my own time. Maybe I'll record the endings just if you're curious, but we'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.